And we're live. Hey, hey.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Aaron Rift here, reunited with good old Jeff Meacham. I believe this is our first video together in the new decade. We did do the NoDQ.com year-end awards.
Yes.
So we are
and
here.
the Decade Awards, you know.
Yes, we are here to discuss two pay-per-views coming up. We have WWE Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. We also have AEW Revolution. This live stream is being done not just on the No DQ YouTube channel, but also Jeff's personal channel.
Yes.
We are also going to be broadcasted on Jeff's podcast network. So Jeff, go ahead. For those of you out there that don't know, Jeff, go ahead and tell them.
Well, for those of you in the No DQ galaxy that aren't familiar with the new, what the hell happened on my computer? Holy shit! Sorry.
Technical difficulties?
No, Dylan was using my computer, so it's all decorated.
Jeff's son is being a bad boy.
Jeff's son's being a bad boy. So, basically, I started the podcast network at the beginning of this year on Anchor, Anchor.fm. It's a great app. It pays me to do the podcast. So there you go. Super chat I just saw.
Yeah, Noah Foster says with a $2 super chat, and thank you, Noah. Good to see the dynamic duo back together again.
So which one's Batman and which one's Robin is the question.
Well, who's the Joker between the two of us?
Well, that's definitely me. I'm definitely the villain. This is not what why have I signed out? Ah, hell.
So yeah.
Anyway, so I started the podcast network, and I was realizing that I was neglecting the YouTube channel that I've been neglecting for the better part of the last 2 years. You know, after I stopped working full time with you, I decided to do my own thing, and I really never really did my own thing. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and reinvigorate the YouTube channel. And on Mondays, I've been trying to anyway. Do talk wrestling again on my YouTube channel, because that's the brand that really got me where I am today. So I've got at least 3 podcasts a week. I do talk wrestling on Monday. I do Wrestling Rewind with Greg Cherry, our good friend Greg Cherry, on the channel. He and I watch a classic match each week, and we cover, talk about what was going on at that time, and talk about what's going on, around the storyline and around the peripheral pay-per-view in general. And then the Friday or another show I do, or I've been trying to do, is the Jeff Meacham Classic, which Aaron has graciously allowed me to use footage from either Talk Wrestling of the past or XMV of the past or whatever, and splice together as much as I can. Without using other voices from the past. So it's been really cool. But so today we're not only on my YouTube and the No DQ YouTube, we're also recording this to post on my Anchor channel later today. So it's going to be an interesting experience trying to work all this out.
Yeah, so if you guys are unable to catch this live, or you want to play it while going to work, driving to work, whatnot, you could check out Jeff's channel. And what's the Twitter account where they could follow you?
It's JMeach, MEACH Podcasts is the podcast network. Of course, I'm at _Jeff Meacham on Twitter and Instagram. And it's Anchor.fm / Jeff-Meacham. So
all right. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and get started. I'm sure somebody's going to timestamp to this point as to when the video actually starts in the live stream.
If you don't want to hear Jeff bullcrap for 5 minutes, here it is.
All right, here we go. So timestamp to this. All right, we're going to start off with the WWE Super Showdown pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. I forgot which city it's in because I really do not care. Is it Riyadh, or however you pronounce it?
That sounds accurate. I know it's not Jeddah like it was before.
Yeah, I think it's Riyadh, or however you pronounce it.
No.
Anyways, what are you, Freddie Mercury now?
Freddie Mercury?
That's what it sounded like,
I was doing this, the daylight coming.
I was thinking when he was doing the concert at Wembley Stadium and he's getting the audience to sing along with him. Never mind.
Okay.
All right, let's move on here. We have 7 matches on this card as of this recording.
Yeah, this stream, if you will.
We could have 1 or 2 more matches added on Monday's Raw.
Right, because we've got till Thursday, really, in theory.
We're going to start off with the tag team title match, Raw tag team titles, I should say. Seth Rollins and Buddy Don't Call Him Murphy versus the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff. So we have Seth Rollins, the Messiah, Buddy Murphy or Murphy getting his push. Do you think there's any chance that the Street Profits will leave Saudi Arabia as the tag team champions?
I think only because the Seth Rollins angle is so hot right now that they won't take the belts off him. The championships. I don't want to say belts for Vince. Championships.
There you go.
Off of the Messiah and his disciple just yet, but stranger things have happened. The Street Profits really have a lot of momentum right now. They're back after being gone for whatever it was, a couple weeks. They were gone after selling the injury, so they very well could roll into Saudi Arabia and walk out the champions. It would be something unexpected, which is is what they've always tried to do in the past. So who knows?
What's your prediction?
My official prediction is they're going to retain the championships. Seth and Buddy will retain the championships.
I agree with you on that.
Seth and Murphy.
Murphy. Get it right, Jeff.
He's not Buddy.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Seth Rollins and Murphy to retain in this match. Maybe the Street Profits will get another opportunity down the line, but I think it's too soon. Right. I think we're going to see Seth and Murphy retain and keep their momentum going.
Right.
All right, next up, we have a women's match in Saudi Arabia. We have the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley defending against Naomi, a match that was rumored for WrestleMania 36, but it appears that this will be taking place now instead of later unless they have some sort of screwy finish, which I really don't think they will.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things where such a big deal was made out of Natty and Lacey, and now it's just, here it is, commonplace. I think that's kind of cool that they actually are just not even, really selling that it's a women's match. It's just, here it is, it's on the card. That's cool. But as far as it not being on Mania now, I still say for my money that the money match at Mania is Bayley versus Sasha, and
I agree.
Have them somehow split apart.
Yeah.
So, but again, that's just my own,
Now, I do not see a title change because I think that either Sasha Banks will face Bayley at WrestleMania or WWE is going to give Lacey Evans another shot. We did have that promo from Lacey on SmackDown,
right,
which seems to indicate she's going to be back in the title picture. I think Bayley's going to win, and then there'll be some sort of match to determine Bayley's opponent for WrestleMania. I got to go with Bayley on this one, and you're gonna.
I agree, and I honestly, now I'd forgot about the Lacey promo on SmackDown because Friday I was crazy busy Friday night, but I think that it's a very likely scenario that we'll see Lacey not only get the shot at Mania but actually win the championship. So,
all right,
Bayley retains here.
We're on the same page so far.
Doesn't surprise me. We're usually pretty good about that.
Okay, we have a gauntlet match for the, not sure how to pronounce it, trophy.
Tuwake?
Yeah, that might be correct. I'm not sure, though.
There's a Q there, so I think so.
I do not care about this match. I have little to no interest in this match.
The only reason I'm interested is because AJ is in it, and if they're going to build him toward WrestleMania and build him toward The Undertaker, you got to have him have a strong showing here. So
I absolutely 100% agree. AJ Styles is the only one that makes sense to me.
There is nobody in my chat room. I feel so lonely.
I just don't see anybody else really being appropriate if you're building up AJ for The Undertaker. So
exactly.
Got to go with Undertaker versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania with AJ picking up the victory here.
Exactly.
Oh, we do have
a super chat, yes.
We do have a couple of super chats. What do we have?
I'm working on it. All right, so Psycho Jet Black with a $5 super chat. Who's a better tag team, dynamic dudes or American males? Also, your favorite Goldberg matches and moments.
Okay.
Hashtag Jeff Meacham is Evil Uno. Maybe.
Yeah, never say never.
I could be the freaking Exalted One for all you know.
Hey, wait a minute. Dylan, come here. The Exalted One might be this young man right here. Come into the shot.
Jeez.
This guy right here could potentially be the Exalted One.
Well, he's not Raven's height, so
imagine if it was a kid.
That'd be awesome.
That would be the swerve of all swerves if it was actually a kid that was pulling all the strings of the Dark Order.
I have no clue what's going on, so.
All right. Well, then you may take your leave. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, as far as the better tag team, the dudes or the males. Yeah, Dylan, close that.
Kill me.
Close it.
I could be a vampire over here, you know.
Dylan, close the curtain. Oh, he went outside. Damn it. It's messing with
we're
lighting.
okay. We're okay.
Okay. I would only say the Dynamic Dudes strictly because Shane Douglas was actually a good wrestler, as was Johnny Ace.
No, I disagree with that. American Males because of the theme music. American Males,
Okay.
American Males.
Okay, fine.
All right,
And
what was the
then
other $2 super chat?
It was from Rumor Killer. We have to admit the Saudi shows are getting better.
The last one was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Okay, DJ Mike says my audio on the stream doesn't sound too clear. You know what? It's one of those things with my audio. It almost never works, but I wanted to try it. We're still recording on Anchor if you guys want to catch it on Anchor later. So there you go. I appreciate you supporting me. No, it's all a work in progress. I'm trying to find out why the iPhone isn't recording my audio properly or why there's so much. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. All right. Anyway, moving right along.
All right, so we both went with AJ.
Yeah,
for the gauntlet
yeah,
match.
exactly.
Pretty safe bet there.
Pretty safe.
Pretty safe. All right, now we move on to the bigger matches of the evening. Well, we have the tag team title match from SmackDown, the New Day up against The Miz and John Morrison, hoo-hoo, ha-ha, however it goes. I already forgot the chant, but I'm sure they'll bring it up again.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now, this match, I could potentially see a title change. Now, wait a minute. Colin, the Cleaver Colin Andrew
says, great to see you both just sharing the same screen again. It's always good when he comes to California. I have said for a long time, and I'm not quiet about it. If it was not for certain people involved in the peripherals of my life, that I would not be here anymore.
I shoot promo?
Yes. I would be in either near him or I'd be in Oregon near my mom's family. Because that's where my family is, either with my mom's sister or this guy. Because, for all intents and purposes, my existence revolves around my son and this business. And with doing the podcast now and doing, actually trying to make a go of actually doing this on a regular basis and making some sort of profit, it makes the most sense to be closer to business associates or close friends that happen to be business associates, and he's where he is, and Greg and Jen are in Pennsylvania, and everybody else seems to be in Ohio or somewhere close where you guys. So yeah, I would not be in California if it were not for certain extended members of the family, because we have to be close to them for Dylan's sake.
All right, that was a little bit of a Jeff Meacham shoot there.
So, but yes, it's always great to share the screen with him, even if it is a split screen and he's back there and I'm here. So there you go.
Absolutely. All right, so tag team title match on SmackDown. I think we're going to see new champions. Miz and Morrison are red hot right now.
Yep.
And New Day could always win and add to their title number, whatever the figure is. What is it, 7 times or 8 times?
It's either 6 or 7, I think. Maybe it may be in 7 now. I don't know. But it's, Miz and Morrison have the hot hand. Morrison just came back, and people really, really crapped on the way he was done dirty in the Rumble by Lesnar, just obliterating him right away. So part of me thinks they've got to, they feel they got to make up to John by, okay, well, here you go. Here's the straps. Here you go. Yeah. So,
and I'm sure we'll get the rematches at Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, remember, as of right now, there's 5 weeks between now and WrestleMania. So there'll probably be about 20 rematches between those 2 dates. So, we're good.
Yeah. And keep in mind, the Usos will probably get a title match. I could see Usos versus Miz and Morrison at WrestleMania. Maybe they'll add New Day and do a triple threat for the tag titles at Mania. I could definitely see that happening. So with Usos coming in to challenge for the titles, they're going to go after a heel team. So I think it's going to be Miz and Morrison winning the titles. So we got another super chat.
Psycho Jet Black with a $2 wants to know when we're going to see us shirtless. It's going to take more than $2 on the super chat. Yeah. I got to get paid, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta get the logo out there in the meantime while I am wearing this shirt. There you go. And see, I'm working for both companies. I'm doing my thing.
He's got the balancing act.
I'm co-promoting.
Yeah, doing a damn good job at it too.
I appreciate that.
All right, So now we move on to the. So you went with New Day, or not New Day?
No, I went with Miz and Morrison.
Okay,
Yeah.
Miz and Morrison to win the titles. Okay. Now we got a steel cage match between the feud that never seems to end.
Oh, God.
The big dog, Roman Reigns, up against King Corbin.
I will fully admit I have not watched full episodes of SmackDown since Survivor Series. Let me be very clear on that. But, I took your advice and was doing the top 10 videos each week. All I see is dog food. Like, literally all I see is dog food. It's like, is that what this feud is about, is dog food? Like, this whole thing is so stupid. As Randy Orton would say, stupid. And if you want to try to garner my subscription money on the WWE Network for this show by advertising a match that started over a battle of dog food flinging, you're barking up the wrong financial tree. You just are. So I don't care about this match. I'll say that Roman wins, hopefully to blow off the damn feud once and for all. And maybe King Corbin will, be reduced to court jester and go away for a while and repackage him.
Now, we saw them have a solid match at the Royal Rumble, and then Corbin got the dog food poured on him. To me, that was the perfect end of the feud.
Exactly.
So for it to drag out to yet another match, I do not care about this match. I have little to no interest in this match. Roman Reigns is going to win. Period. Move on.
There's interaction in the chat room between Kayfabe and Caitlin. Kayfabe Candy says, "Remember when we thought this feud was done like 3 weeks ago?" And Caitlin replied, "It will never end."
Yeah.
It won't. It will never end. Ever.
And keep in mind, we got Elimination Chamber. Would not shock me if Corbin's in that match and Reigns is in that match and they're just going to go at it again.
The only way I can honestly see that working, if they don't put Roman with the Fiend, if the Fiend retains,
Yeah.
is if their match at WrestleMania is a blow off, like they retire, like one of them retires or something, or one of them, like a Savage and Warrior, where they have a retirement thing. If it gets to the point where they just can't be in the same company anymore, and one of them has to go. So,
All right.
anyway,
We have our 2 singles men's title championship matches. We have Brock Lesnar defending the WWE title against Ricochet.
bing, bing, bing.
Now, as you guys know, if you follow me on Twitter at Aaron Rift, I said that if Ricochet wins the WWE Championship at Super Showdown, I will give away 5 NoDQ.com t-shirts. I will retweet it again, and you guys can retweet it. 5 random people will get a t-shirt of their choice if Ricochet wins the title. Now, we do have a super chat from Shanti.
We do. That's $5, and he says he appreciates you guys keeping me up to date every week since I can't watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW. You guys keep it more fun. And again, it gets to what I said. I have not watched an episode of SmackDown and whatever, but I can hop on his stream for 30 to 45 minutes every Friday night, and I can catch up, and I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you very much, Shanti, or should I say Shanti?
the Shanti.
The Shanti.
Yes.
Okay, so with that being said, I think it's highly unlikely
In all likelihood.
that Ricochet wins the WWE title.
I will say, if you know what, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna be in Vegas this coming weekend. If I can find a sports book that will take WWE bets, I will put $10 on Ricochet. And if he wins, I will take the money, buy a Talk Wrestling t-shirt off of my service, and send it to a random person the person you pick to win your stuff.
Okay, then. Well, there
So,
you go.
There you go.
Sounds like a plan.
I will do that.
Match should be good.
It's gonna be one of those things where Ricochet is gonna bing 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 all over the ring and avoid duck and cover, but Lesnar's gonna end up destroying him.
Yeah,
So
it's something we've seen many times. We saw it with Finn Balor at the Rumble last year.
Yep.
We saw it with AJ Styles. We saw it with Daniel Bryan.
it's a classic wrestling story, David versus Goliath. It's a biblical story, for crying
Yeah.
out loud.
We
So,
saw it with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, many times Rey Mysterio over the years. So
I mean, it's technically going to be good, but it's like, I'm kind of over David versus Goliath. I wanted to see Goliath versus Goliath, but
Yeah,
why not change it up?
Yeah, it's there's plenty of money matches there, and with with Tyson Fury winning his fight last night, there's they're probably gonna bring him back in the mix now. So
for fuck's sake, shoot me now.
I know.
All right, and now we have the main event of the evening, the big draw of this pay-per-view. We have The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, defending the Universal Championship against good old Whisker Biscuit himself, Billy Boy, as Jeff likes to refer to him as, William Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
Jeff, how excited are you for this match?
I have tried to plot out my bathroom breaks for this pay-per-view, and it's going to be the main event.
Why not just shut it off?
Well, it's on what time? Our time?
Well, I think it's like 9 Pacific, noon Eastern.
I'm going to be out of the house running errands Thursday. I've got plans Thursday night. I'm going to see Pee-wee's Big Adventure Thursday night.
We do have a super chat.
We do. $5 from someone different. People should stop calling Saudi pay-per-views glorified house shows because it's not. It's, you know what? Honestly, this person is right. They're not glorified house shows. What these are called, and if you listen to the other podcasts in the wrestling world, they're called paid shows. And what that means is the government or the company or whatever pays for everything up front. So basically, WWE doesn't make money based on the percentage of the house. WWE doesn't make money based on the percentage of whatever. They get paid bank up front to run this show in this city. So it's not a glorified house show. You're absolutely correct. It is a paid show. However, the quality of the matches up until the last show have been house show standard in that they weren't really, made for TV, consumption. So I get the correlation, but he's absolutely right. It is a paid show, not a glorified house show. So, however, I still don't like the concept in the first place. I think, I think we are not doing good business being in that country. I think it's wrong, and I think that it should not be okay. So,
well, WWE disagrees with you respectfully.
And you know what? It's Vince McMahon's money that's going into the government's, or it's going in Vince McMahon's pocketbook, not mine. So,
yeah. All right. So, a lot of people are scared. They think that there is a chance that Goldberg might defeat The Fiend and go on to WrestleMania. I always felt that Bray Wyatt was going to WrestleMania as champion, and WWE is not going to screw him up. And I am going to keep the faith, so to speak, and believe WWE is not going to ruin The Fiend. We do have another $5 super chat here.
Let's see. I'll do that in a second because it kind of ties into what we're talking about.
Okay.
So I'm more scared that Goldberg's going to hurt Bray accidentally and screw things up. That's my fear. Again, the whole fear of them screwing Bray up character-wise has been a fear from the beginning of this transition into The Fiend. So I think they need to have The Fiend completely just roll over Goldberg and show his dominance and roll into Tampa with that momentum. Now, the super chat says it's from the Gameson, I think.
The game is on 100.
Oh, there we go. The game is on there. Okay, sorry. Your thoughts on WWE possibly changing Mania matches on SmackDown side by having Cena versus Fiend and Goldberg versus Reigns for the title. News today. Yeah, that came out, I think, this morning or maybe last night. It would not surprise me.
I mean, anything's possible.
Anything's possible, but you guys are gonna laugh at me by me saying that they've done Cena versus Bray at WrestleMania, but it's not because it's The Fiend. It's a different character. I understand that, but there is no logistical reason to bring John Cena into The Fiend's plane of vision.
Well, go for that 17th title and they have unfinished business.
Right, but if they take the belt off of Fiend and put it on Goldberg to have Goldberg versus Reigns for the title, then the match between the Fiend and Cena is meaningless. If the Fiend defends the title against John Cena, then we get the people saying, "Well, John Cena's been gone for whatever. Now he's going to title shot." Blah, blah, blah. Nobody is going to be 100% happy with any of those scenarios.
Yeah, really.
You know, they want to see the Fiend retire as champion, pretty much, because nobody should beat this guy. And you know what? If it's not Reigns at WrestleMania, then the Fiend should retain the championship. I think having Reigns defeat the Fiend is a cool hero story, as far as the big evil Fiend gets his comeuppance from the superhero, and that's fine. But having John fly in out of left field to win the title would be damaging, I think, to the Fiend character. So
well, I think this match is going to be a lot of finisher spamming. You're going to have spear, kick out, mandible claw, Goldberg gets out, Sister Abigail, Goldberg will kick out, and then second Sister Abigail will put Goldberg away.
Right.
It's going to be like 6 or 7 moves with the same 2 or 3 moves.
And this goes back to Hell in a Cell. I have a problem with, it goes back to the way the business was in, period. I have a problem with kicking out of that many finishers, period. Whoever's finisher it is. It's a real problem with the business right now that, a finisher is no longer a finisher. Yeah. So it's, it's called a finisher because it's supposed to finish the match.
Right.
Not finish that segment of the match.
I'm going with the Fiend to retain. He will beat Goldberg.
Yep.
What are you going with, Goldberg?
I'm going with the Fiend too.
Fiend, okay.
I can't even entertain the idea of Vince taking the title off of Bray and putting it with Goldberg. Like, I can't even imagine that would be the actual thought process.
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting match for sure. Oh man, if Goldberg wins, it's going to be
At least don't worry about a riot in Saudi Arabia if he does. So
well, I don't think it's Saudi Arabia, but I think the internet will pretty much go completely batshit crazy.
Oh, they definitely will.
Goldberg walks away with the championship. I could see Bray retaining the title and then facing either John Cena or Roman Reigns for the title at WrestleMania. It's just a matter of which direction WWE wants to go in. But I always felt like Goldberg in Saudi Arabia was a one-off. It's a really big paycheck, and he can come in, put over Bray, and move on. But
well, it's and again, the last time he was in Saudi Arabia, he really damaged his reputation.
Yeah,
because that thing with Undertaker was just a complete fiasco. So
All right, what does Power Packers 90 say?
He has $2, and he says Goldberg is winning. He is the bigger Mania draw.
I mean, he is a draw, but
I don't know if he's a bigger Mania draw in 2020 than The Fiend.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's Super Showdown, everybody. We got one down. We really don't have a lot to talk about with the AEW Revolution pay-per-view because we only have 4 matches officially confirmed. But we could talk about the rumored matches as well. We'll go ahead and talk about the 4 that are officially signed for AEW Revolution. So we got Super Showdown on Thursday. I'll be recapping the show after the live stream. And then Saturday night, AEW Revolution. I'll be recapping the show after that. The first match we'll talk about is Jake Hager, who's making his AEW in-ring debut finally after being there for like 6 months now.
Pretty much the entire run.
Yeah. Versus the Natural, Dustin Rhodes. Jeff, how much of AEW have you been following?
Every single week, brother.
All right, so you've been into it.
Ironically, with the loss of Sling, I've been watching NXT on Thursdays.
Okay.
So, because I can't watch both on the way my service is set up. So, I'm not gonna channel surf. That's a pain in my ass. So I have loved Dustin being involved in the company. I have loved the presentation of Dustin Rhodes. I love that he's with supporting Cody and supporting Brandy, and everything about Dustin in this company has really impressed me. However, Jake is with the Inner Circle. Jake is making his in-ring debut, and I'm sure that management is super duper high on Jake and what he can bring to the table as a in-ring competitor, in addition to his character being, the imposing enforcer behind the inner circle. So you got to go with Jake here, but it's gonna be a hell of a match. It might, you know what? It might be one of those
It could be a
sleeper
surprise.
matches. Yeah, one of those sleeper matches that you don't expect to be really good, and it blows you away.
Well, Dustin's had like this career renaissance.
Dustin it's so funny. When Dustin came back full time as Goldust, he started to really get his groove back, and then he kind of tapered off for a little bit. When he left the WWE, he had this invigoration in his soul, man. He just turned up the juice, and I could even see it at Booker's event when I saw him 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago at the podcast thing out in Hollywood. He was already done in his mind with WWE, but you could see he still had the creative. He still wanted to contribute to the business. So he really has shown me an amazing array of creativity on his part. So it's gonna be a great match, but Jake's gonna win.
Yeah, I agree. It would be ridiculous for him to have all this build up and then lose his first match. Dustin's at the stage of his career where he's putting over other guys, and Jake's still fighting for Bellator. Jake's gonna pick up the victory here.
Right.
All right, next up we have the tag team title match for the AEW tag team titles. Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, and we do have a couple of super chats.
They're popping in here. This guy experience, awesome. Jeff is back. Good thing I woke up just now.
All right.
Well, hello there.
Hello there.
What time is it where you're waking up? $5 super chat from OG85. Trump is the president of America. Should people be outraged WWE or having shows there separate the politics of pro wrestling? And then Psycho Jet Black is EC3 overrated. Also have Jeff on the No DQ panel. Having me on the panel is a pain in the butt because they record different times that I'm not available.
Yeah.
We've
tried.
Trump being in charge of the country does not influence WWE, obviously, because Vince likes Trump. Trump likes Vince. There you go. And thank you for waking up and watching the podcast, or watching our podcast, and if you're listening on Anchor later. So there you go.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the super chats.
We appreciate it.
Politics aside, bottom line is WWE's going to do Saudi Arabia shows.
They're going to be there. They're making money hand over fist.
Yeah.
And they're not going to let that get away.
Yeah.
And with this whole thing about redistributing the rights to the pay-per-views to ESPN or whatever is going to happen, it's clear that Vince is about the bottom line.
Yeah.
So
unless Trump actually went on national television and instructed entertainment companies and other businesses to not go to Saudi Arabia, WWE's not going to stop.
Right.
They're going to keep doing the Saudi Arabia shows, and they got that contract. They're going to fulfill the contract unless Trump makes like a ban.
Unless there is an outright declaration of hostilities between the two countries, they ain't leaving.
Yeah.
They're not leaving.
All right, so back to AEW. Interesting storyline here with Adam Page kind of being the outcast of the elite. This is the battle of the elite.
Yep.
He's kind of doing his own thing, kind of teasing a heel turn. I don't think we're going to get a title change just yet, but I could see Adam Page using heel tactics to win this match, and that will further cement the bad blood between Kenny Omega and Adam Page. And, they'll still be champions, but there's going to be this resentment from Kenny Omega because Adam Page cheated for them to retain the title. So
yeah,
I think that's more interesting than Young Bucks just winning the titles.
Yeah, I think Page will use dirty tactics to retain the titles. So that'll upset Matt and Nick. It'll downright piss Kenny off. So that'll be where that goes. But they will retain the titles.
Have we disagreed on anything? I feel like we've been the same with all the predictions here, right?
We've still been going for 35 minutes, so it's still it's still good stuff.
Well, we got 2 matches left. Let's see if we disagree on this one. So we have MJF versus Cody. This has been built up for a while.
Love this.
Yeah, this has been a great storyline.
Bit of it.
MJF, of course, screwed over Cody Rhodes, making it so Cody could never challenge again for the AEW World Title. And then, in order for Cody to get the match, MJF had all these stipulations. They had to do the 10 lashes. Cody had to get the 10 lashes. They did the cage match with Wardlow last week with that incredible moonsault.
Yep.
And now Cody finally has his opportunity. Will he prevail, though? MJF is an up-and-comer. What do you think, Jeff?
First of all, let me just say that the 10 lashes segment was, in this podcaster's opinion, the most compelling segment on televised wrestling probably since the end of the Monday Night Wars. And I mean, yes, there's been stuff, like when Eddie passed away, or there's been emotional moments, but actual storyline driven moments, that segment on Dynamite just completely had me breathless by the time all was said and done. It was just freaking so well done on everybody's part. This whole feud has been so well done. Arn's been involved, Brandy's been involved, Dustin, Wardlow, it's Allie and her boys. It's just been, it's very much reminiscent of the Raven Tommy Dreamer feud, where there's so much peripheral shit going on that everybody's benefiting from this one particular battle. It's so cool. It's so great. It's very, very, very well produced. As far as the match goes, I'm going to make a bold prediction and say that MJF actually wins this match. I'm going to say that MJF is going to find a way to sneak by and get a cheap victory. It's going to be a great match, back and forth, a lot of near falls, a lot of false finishes, but they're going to figure out some way to screw Cody once again, because MJF winning and continuing his cocky heel, I'm better than Cody shtick, is better than Cody getting his redemption and MJF having nothing to say about it.
All right. Well, I will disagree with you for the first time in the entire video.
Okay.
I think Cody's going to win, and here's why. Because I think it would be very entertaining if Cody beats him, and then MJF is the one who has to beg for a rematch. He's pissed off. He wants another match at Cody, and Cody's like, nah, I don't think so. And then MJF is going to have to do stuff to get his rematch. Cody will get to give MJF 10 lashes. I think that would be really fun and entertaining if MJF had to be humiliated in order to get a rematch with Cody, and he's going to say he got robbed. So I think Cody's going to get this win, and then they'll eventually have a rematch, which MJF will win, and that'll be his big elevation. So I say Cody wins this one, but it could go either way. And we're actually not counting the...
This will be the match of the night.
It very well could be. I mean, all these matches are going to be great.
Right.
And we're actually not counting the AEW matches towards our predictions league, which is too bad. But we do have a tiebreaker for Super Showdown, which we'll get to it in a few minutes here. Let's finish the AEW card. So the main event of Revolution is Chris Jericho defending the AEW World Championship against Jon Moxley.
Moxley!
Jericho and Moxley, going to be a hell of a match. The question is it time for a new champion to be crowned, or should Moxley chase longer? Should Moxley lose and then feud with somebody else? What do you think is going to happen here?
It's so funny because when we first started working together almost 20 years ago now, God, I was of the opinion that a babyface champion was the way to go. And through watching and through analyzing these shows with you and with the others over the years, the heel is the better way to go as far as having the babyface chase and have the heel machine for the babyface to run through. I mean, they did it with the NWO, they did it with, things like that with Hogan over the years. So I don't think it's time yet to change the championship. I think that Jericho is going to walk out of Saturday with the championship. And I do think, though, that Moxley will continue to hound Jericho, but he won't be the only one up in Jericho's grill. There'll be more than one challenger going into the next pay-per-view.
All right, well, I think I'm going to disagree with you on this one as well, because I feel like Jericho is doing a great job to establish the title, but I think the world title matches, as great as Jericho is as a performer, in the ring, he's a bit past his prime. And I think there's a lot of mileage out of Jon Moxley defending the title against guys like Pac, Kenny Omega, and there's so many other guys. Jake Hager can get in the mix. Moxley could go for the next 6 months to a year defending the title against all these different people. I think with Jericho, he's been champ for a while. We've already seen him in there with a bunch of guys. I think we're going to get the title change, and then I think Jericho will get one more match, maybe at Double or Nothing, and then lose that match, and then Jericho will start to work his way down the card a little bit and work with some of the younger talents in mid-card feuds, and that's what's going to happen with Jericho. So I'm going with the title change. Jon Moxley, new champion. We disagreed on 2 matches, but Super Showdown, we were completely together. Yeah. So now we got to do the tiebreaker. I had talked to Noah Foster. Shout out to Noah.
By the way, people watching on my stream here, I realize the background fuzzy is there. I don't know why.
Might be because of the lighting with Dylan.
No, you know what? No, not the background. I mean, the actual noise. For some reason, when I live stream, there's this fuzzing, and they can barely hear myself or you.
I don't even understand that because we both have the same iPhone. We have
the same phone. We're in the same room at the same time. I don't understand it either. So I don't know if my... You know what? It could be the audio processor of my phone because people have been telling me they're having trouble hearing me in regular phone calls.
Yeah, who knows?
So it could be the audio, the actual mechanical workings of my phone are screwed up. I don't know.
So the tiebreaker is who will be the first person eliminated from the gauntlet match and who will be the last person eliminated, which leads to the winner being determined. So we got AJ Styles, Andrade, Bobby Lashley, Eric Rowan, R-Truth, and Rusev.
Okay, I will say that Truth is the first eliminated. Oh wait, no, because he probably won't start the match. Actually, yeah, I'll say R-Truth is the first person eliminated, and then AJ will beat Rusev to win.
I'm going the opposite of that.
Okay.
I feel like Rusev is going to be the first guy out.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to start with Lashley and Rusev, and then Lashley will beat Rusev.
Of course.
And then eventually AJ will get in there, and then R-Truth is going to somehow come in and have a little bit of a solid run here.
Yeah.
They're almost all heels in this match, except for R-Truth and Rusev.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Rusev being the last guy makes a lot more sense, but I feel like WWE's just, for the hell of it, going to have Rusev out, and R-Truth will be the guy that gets like a surprise pinfall over Eric Rowan or something and is the last guy, and then the crowd will get behind R-Truth, and he'll come up short, of course.
It very well could end up that way. It's one of those things where I don't like predicting.
I would go the Rusev route of him lasting till the end, but this is WWE, and Rusev seems to be in the doghouse yet again.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go the opposite of that.
Very good.
All right, so there is one more match we could talk about. It hasn't been announced, but one would think it's going to be on the card, and that's Sammy Guevara against Darby Allin. If this match does happen at Revolution, I think Darby is the pretty clear winner. What do you think?
I think that Darby's got such a lot of positive momentum, and the crowd seems to like him a lot. So if Jericho retains like I think, if Hager wins like I think, then they got to have somebody in their circle lose. So Sam would be the one to take the fall.
Now, if there is a women's match, which hasn't been announced, but if they do Riho, they could do Riho or Chris Statlander or Big Swole. I would think it would be one of those three or maybe a multi-women match. Regardless of what the women's title match is, I think Nyla Rose will retain. She just won the title. I don't see her losing it right away. So if they do a women's match, I think Nyla will retain. You agree on that?
I do agree on that.
All right, so on that note, we will go ahead and wrap up the predictions video. Jeff, once again, if you want to give your predictions, or not predictions, your plugs.
Okay. Well, if you could not hear me the entire time here on youtube.com/Jeff Meacham, thank you for watching the stream. But this will be up on anchor.fm/Jeff-Meacham and on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and probably Google Podcasts tomorrow or Tuesday. right away. As soon as I got to edit it, then we're good. But you can find me on Twitter and Instagram _ Jeff Meacham. On Twitter for the podcast, it's going to be at JMeach Podcasts. And Instagram for the podcast, it's at the Jeff Meacham Network. And that's what I call it, the Jeff Meacham Network. I couldn't think of anything more, creative than that. So it is what it is, because all the shows feature me. There's not one show on that network that I'm not either hosting or producing or something. So, it just made the most sense. To answer your question, Mark... What does that say? Mark Bannon, logical for the Fiend to drop to, like I said earlier, if it's not Roman Reigns, then nobody right now. They haven't really built anybody yet to be that guy. So time will tell.
All right, what do we got here?
The super chat is from Keith Johnson. Like AEW Battle Royal, is just not punching and kicking. Okay.
Yeah, the AEW Battle Royal on Dynamite was really good this past week.
AEW is taking the little things and doing them right so far. Much like NXT does on Wednesdays, I like the presentation of both Wednesday night shows. I finally figured out that I can watch Raw Tuesday mornings on Hulu and cut the show in half.
Yeah.
And I'm good. And I can watch SmackDown Saturday mornings and, cut out the gaga that they put on Fox Friday nights, and I'm good.
Who's your favorite AEW wrestler? You got a question in your chat.
Oh, I did. Cody.
Cody? Yeah, Cody's really been.
But you know what? It's so funny. I like MJF too. So the character is he's such a little bastard. Just like. He's just such a dick that it works. And like I said, this feud reminds me so much of Tommy and Raven from 25 years ago. Holy crap. That it just sucks me in. So it's great.
Well, there you go. So. All right, guys. And of course, stay tuned to NoDQ.com. Please spread the word. If you enjoyed this video, tell a friend, spread the word about NoDQ and Jeff's channel. Check out Jeff's stuff. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and find him over on Anchor and Spotify and all different platforms. So you're on a bunch, aren't you? I'm officially for sure. I know I'm on the Anchor app, of course, and Spotify, Apple Podcasts right away when I post the show. Google takes a couple days to post it. I don't know why. I had Conrad Thompson tell me that they redefined the. No. Okay.
We talk. But on Twitter. And but he told me that they redid their dynamics of their podcast segment, so Google doesn't post right away. I don't know why. But I'm also through Anchor. They distribute my podcast everywhere. So, just be looking for me. The Jeff Meacham Network. You'll find me.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Have a great week and enjoy the upcoming pay-per-views. We will see you guys next time.